Would you like to flip the odds decisively in your favour when it comes to any job search? Instead of allowing employers to select or reject you, which is what happens during nearly every conventional hiring procedure, would you like to be in control of every key stage of the hiring process? I imagine you would. And if you want to do this properly, it's essential to recalibrate your attitude to a job search. A big part of this regards your perception of who holds the best cards in their hands. Is it you, or is it the employer? The fact of the matter is that the choice is yours, depending on the job search strategy you use. One of the most important things you can do is boost your confidence and self-belief by knowing your true value to an employer. You do this in two ways. First, by understanding how your unique skill sets intersect with an employer's highest needs. Second, by developing a super effective way of presenting these skills in the right way. An introduction to these things is the subject of today's tutorial. This is day 11 of the 40-day job search. Hello, I'm Neil Grant, the person behind the Vocation Master training program, and I help you do better work. If you're looking for an employed position with a private sector organisation, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to show you how to transform your professional future by taking complete control of your next job search. Everything you'll be learning in this tutorial series is taken from my complete Job Search Masterclass. You'll find syllabus and enrolment details for that at my website, where you can also take advantage of my free Job Interview Secrets video course. With that, you get 3 hours of information, advice and action plans that go straight to the heart of my job interview strategy. I used to charge $99 for this short course, but I'm now making it available without any charge whatsoever. This is partly to say thank you for showing interest in what I do, but it's also an insight into how I work. If you want to nail any kind of job interview, you can't afford to miss out on this unique material. Just go to vocationmaster.com for free and immediate access. And if you enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate you liking and subscribing. Thank you, it makes all the difference to me. Alright then, that's the promotional messages out of the way, so let's make a start on preparing for job search success. Self-confidence is hugely beneficial in most aspects of life. It applies in most work situations and undoubtedly so when you're looking for a new job. Genuine belief in your professional skills and personal abilities gives you a powerful force field that repels the knocks and blows that inevitably come along as part of a work search project that's often unpredictable. So the question is this: is there a way of developing these attributes quickly and effectively? I believe there is, and I'm going to give you some ideas about how to do it right here. I'm not talking about building fragile confidence and a hollow belief in your value, by the way. You see this happen when someone talks about themselves, even if there isn't much evidence to support their boastful words. This most certainly isn't what I'm talking about. Ditch any notion that belief in your value requires you to unjustifiably puff yourself up or blow smoke rings to charm easily impressed people. It's about implementing a practical, two-pronged approach. To begin with, you conduct an honest yet positive appraisal of your highest level and most unique skills, plus an investigation of how these skills dovetail with an employer's most pressing needs. Next, it's knowing how to construct a perfect pitch that presents your message in a way that will knock an employer's socks off when you go for a position you really want. Now, it might sound simple when I put it like this, but believe me, very few job applicants get anywhere close to doing these two things competently. As a result, their lack of self-belief and confidence becomes very apparent. In all my years as a professional recruiter and interviewer, I can genuinely only recall a handful of people outside my training program who implemented effective job search strategies that really, truly work. And this is out of well over 1,000 people I've personally interviewed, probably 1,500. Not to mention the countless job candidates I've observed as part of my interview consultancy services. These few people's self-assurance was palpable, and that's part of the reason they succeeded and others failed. My course participants are a different matter. I train them to hone their belief in themselves and their confidence in achieving a successful outcome, because this creates the strong foundations of the entire job hunt. A major part of this is understanding their value to an employer and the best way of conveying this value. And not just to one specific employer, but to almost any private sector employer you can think of. And this covers around 80% of all the organisations that employed people work for. So let's think of the two ways you can build rock-solid confidence and self-belief by comprehending and expressing your high value. The starting point is to think about what attributes employers want in their employees. Of course, every employer will have specific hiring criteria for the particular job they need to have done and the profile of the worker they need to do it. But there's one common feature amongst every single private sector employer. Almost without exception, anyone who works for any kind of organisation must demonstrate that they'll make money, save money, or improve efficiencies for the employer in some way. That, in a nutshell, summarises the first part of the confidence building process. The second involves them doing this in a way that totally engages the interviewer who has the power to hire them. This is pretty obvious stuff if you think about it, but that doesn't stop this pair of activities becoming a major glitch in the vast majority of job applicants' minds. What I've just described lies at the centre of the Vocation Master Training Programme. If you nail the substance and delivery of your value to an employer, your belief in your abilities will skyrocket. In turn, this will supercharge your confidence, which will empower you to perform at the highest level, particularly when you're sitting across from a hiring decision maker. Now, I mentioned at the start that this is only an introduction to this subject. I'll be exploring employers' needs and dynamic presentation methods in upcoming tutorials, but I want to emphasise the main benefits of doing this now. At a practical level, proving that you understand a potential employer's most business-critical problem within your area of expertise, then demonstrating how you'd solve it in an effective way, goes straight to the heart of virtually every hiring decision. I've already said it, And I'll repeat the point. This happens way less often than you'd imagine, and I've got the recruiting experience to tell me as much. Making sure that you're one of the minority who do this properly will set you apart from the crowd, and knowing that you're exceptional will give you huge reserves of confidence and self-belief. At a psychological level, high confidence in your abilities feeds on itself and increases the likelihood that you'll do what needs to be done. Belief in yourself and the direction you're heading will also strengthen your determination to continue doing what needs to be done. It's a double whammy, but in a very good way indeed. It's hard to think of any downsides connected with building confidence and self-belief, starting with adopting a job search strategy that fosters these very qualities. This is such an important area that there's a lot more on these topics coming along in the near future, as you might expect. Before I go, a quick shout out for the next tutorial in this series, which looks at passions and skills. Which direction should you take if you want to find the best possible work? It's an intriguing area, and I've got some controversial views on this, so don't miss out. If you prefer to listen to training materials rather than watching or reading them, all of these job search tutorials are available in audio format. Search for the Vocation Cast wherever you get your podcasts, and via my Vocation Master website, of course. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.